Hello, mamas. I want to talk about the worst, absolute worst side of YouTube. That is family vloggers and family YouTubers. I think that to be an adult, to be a fully grown, 35-year-old human, and have your only job be recording your 5-year-old child, I think is nasty. I think it borderline goes against the UN fucking human rights codes. And you might be thinking, damn, what is this, beef you have with family vloggers? Let's get into it. I've witnessed, adults in LA who, for some form or another, are literally living off their kids. Which isn't inherently bad. Let me make that clear. I'm not demonizing, parents that eventually start living off of their kids. You know, their kids are supporting their family. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm talking about is parents that are forcing their children into the spotlight at as young as 3 to 1 infants. Deciding for them that they are going to have an online presence and then completely living off of that. That is so gross to me. It really is gross. Now, I think a lot of family YouTubers people can start a family YouTube channel from a good place. I don't want to disagree with that. I think a lot of the time people might just start vlogging their family because they want to share it with the world. Maybe they think their daughter is just the sweetest little sweet pea, and they want to show, oh, little baby Julie is playing with her Barbies, blah 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 blah. And that there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with, a harmless video of your child online. But that is more so when it's you're sharing that with your friends, not the whole fucking internet. Why do you as a parent feel the need to share a child with millions of people, or even just the potential of millions of people? And let me answer that question for you. Money. There's really no other reason why you would do this. If you want that is what it really boils down to for so many people on YouTube. And, a lot of time you can't blame someone. Obviously, it's very cool to be able to post videos online and make a living off of it. But when you are making a decision for your child who, literally has 3 pieces of potato in their head for a brain, and you're deciding for them that they are going to have a public presence, that their name will forever be associated with this YouTube channel for whatever the YouTube channel becomes. So that includes, if you get in any sort of scandal, that child is already going to be looped in with that. Insane. It's truly bonkers to me. And another insane thing about these humongous family channels is they get so many viewers, and I really had to rack my brain about who is watching this, because on the best case, on the best case scenarios, it's other kids, other little pea brain 3-year-olds being I thought you're playing with toys. I play with toys, which is cute, harmless, fun. Yay, I guess. Me personally, I didn't watch other toddlers. I think that's a new phenomenon. I would just watch cartoons as a kid, but 2022, baby. Then there's the much more horrific end of things, which is the people that watch kids who are adults for a completely different and horrific reason, which I don't even want to think about. But I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together. It's not when you're posting your kids online it's you're selecting your audience. You're like, this is only going to little kids that are gonna watch this. Nope, you're sending that out to everyone. You're sending that out to 80-year-old men named Lester who want to watch little kids online. Like, that is disgusting in itself. But I think one of the most disgusting things about the whole phenomenon of posting your family online, posting your kids online, is making money off of them. Oh, just ran out of storage. That is very awkward. You're making money off of your kids. There's nothing really inherently wrong with that if your kid is the one making the decision to give your ass money. But if you're filming your kids knowing that you're going to make money off of them so that you can live a better life, disgusting. That is disgusting to me, and you are disgusting. Sorry, but that's how I feel about that matter. Now, it's not only like that peeves me off. It's also the fact that, kids grow and change. The 2-year-old that you start recording because they're playing with silly little dolls isn't going to be the same person in even 10 years. And 10 years past that. And the stuff that you're putting online of them is going to follow them forever. Me personally, I would jump off a fucking bridge if there was videos of me shitting my diaper online and that was forever associated with my name on Google. That personally would make me literally disavow my parents. Like, come on. Like, baby pictures, I feel like, are so sacred. Like, those deserve to belong in like a book, a nice little like folder somewhere, not on the internet in like 60 frames per second 4K video form. That's insane. That's so crazy. Another thing is, and this really depends on like the family YouTube channels, like whatever one you want to like kind of think of, but obviously, if the channel blows up, y'all are going to be rich. Now, it depends on how much money these parents are giving their kids. But obviously, overall, like, if the family's getting rich, the kids are getting richer. And, like, I'm a firm believer that, like, kids should not be exposed to grand amounts of wealth when they're little. And even, like, until they're probably 18. And I'm sure a lot of, like, these family YouTubers, like, at the very least, like, understand that. Like, hey, maybe, like, giving our child, like, a platinum American Express card is not the best child raising method. Maybe giving them a Ferrari at age 16 is not gonna give them the best life path, maybe. A lot of them realize that, I think. But at the end of the day, like, I've seen these family YouTube channels that, like, all of a sudden have 3 houses, and, like, these kids are, like, trying to, like, make these, like, silly little kid videos and, like, act all humble. They're like, hey, guys, today we're gonna be making slime in my 8-bedroom, 4-bath mansion in Spain. Like, be fucking for real. Be real. It's time to be real. So there's the obvious, like, sourness that comes with getting rich when you're very young. But at the same time, think about the pressure that you are being put under if you are but a child and you come to the realization that everything around you, everything that your family has, is a direct result of you. That you were the sole breadwinner of this family. And if for some reason you don't want to make videos, that income is gone. Your family now has to find new ways to make money. That is a pressure that I think no child should ever have to experience. That's fucked. That's so... And that is a reality that so many of these kids that were part of these family YouTube channels are, like, dealing with. Now, like, there's no, it's too, the thing is, it's just too easy of a check to make. And I'm saying this because like there's obviously such a huge market for kids content, which blows my mind every day. The way like the Ryan's toy review kid just like gets billions on billions on billions of views is so insane to me. And it really makes me think like back to like who is watching these, like how many I would love if we all had little Neuralink chips in our brain. I would love to know how many of those views are from like developed brains. Like how many of those are like literally 4-year-olds that just got an iPad shoved in their hands because like mommy like needs some quiet time. How many of those are 80-year-old men that are actually evil and are watching that for a whole different reason? Like it's that I truly do believe that one of the like the biggest joy of YouTube is making a connection with your audience, and like having a deep personal connection with the people watching your videos. That is what I truly enjoy the most out of everything that came with like having a following. But who the fuck are you interacting with if all your viewers are 4? If you're a parent and you're posting videos of your kid and all the viewers are like literally like babies, what's the point other than money? Like that's really how I like can narrow it down, knowing that like money is the sole motivator for all of these family channels. Because you're not like, thank you to all of the babies that are watching these videos, thank you to all of the toddlers that just learned the word fucking mama yesterday. Like and to make matters worse, like there's no comments on videos with kids. They have that turned off for good reason. Like for very good reason. And you know, I have to give YouTube props for like YouTube as a platform, props for how they handle kids content, because although it's like still in existence and you can still profit off of your kids, like there's very very insane restrictions on kids content. Like as I said, there's no comments. So and that was, the comments were turned off because there was like really horrific things that people were just like saying in the comments of these videos of like literal children. So I mean, I'm glad that like kind of curtailed that a little bit, but like at the end of the day, it's not I'm sorry I'm having such trouble forming my words about this topic. It's just because it truly blows my mind like so much. I don't think the onus is on YouTube per se to regulate this, although like they have. I think the onus is more on parents to not be fucking idiots and throw your children into a world that they didn't sign up for. Okay? It just grosses me out. Like I've tried to like sit through, and obviously like the like kids content is like so like bubbly and like bright colors and like literally like CoComelon. Like I've tried to sit through it and like really get to the root of like what would be entertaining. And I think it's literally just colors, sights, and sounds. Like that's all it is to the audience. And in that case, literally just watch CoComelon. Like literally CoComelon does the job and they do it damn well. Say what you want about CoComelon, but they are entertaining them iPad babies. They are keeping them giggling, shitting, and pooping. That's all they need. You don't need to record your 5-year-old daughter opening like 100 fucking mystery surprise eggs. That's goofy. That's so goofy. And another like a negative ramification of this whole phenomenon of kids content is you're creating this unhealthy like expectation for the people watching the videos of like what their childhood should be like. You're having all these kids that are seeing other kids online living insanely exciting lives, having like 3 different houses, opening up hundreds of thousands of toys. Like houses aside, like little kids don't even give a fuck about that. Like they're seeing these kids open up like thousands of toys in one video that maybe they really want. Maybe they want 1,000 surprise eggs. Like surprise eggs are super cool to them. I don't know what toys like kids are playing with. I'm just using surprise eggs as an example. But think about how shit that would make you feel. Then you like go and ask your mom, you're like, Mom, can I have 1,000 surprise eggs? Like Ryan's toy reviews over here got them. where's my surprise eggs? And then they say, honey, like, we literally barely were able to get you this iPad for Christmas. Like, ask again another time. It's setting this, like, I think by nature, like, YouTube is very, like, big and flashy, and you're seeing, like, the richest of the rich and all that. And by nature, like, YouTubers make money. So obviously, successful and popular family channels are going to be rich. They're going to have things that aren't reflective of, like, an average childhood. So, like, truly on all ends of it, I don't think it should exist. I don't think that there's any, like, value being gained from it other than it's like, kids content is a quick way to keep your kid quiet. You just hand him an iPad and, like, it shuts them up. And I've made tweets about this before. Like, I said, like, what, like, I know this sounds very contradictory because I've really said in the past, like, why are you blurring your, like, baby's face out if you're, like, posting it online? Like, I promise no one's gonna recognize that ugly ass gourd that you have of a baby. I say that because babies all look the same, at least to me. But I personally will be blurring my child's face out if I have a child. God forbid, like, the universe lets me have a child. I'll be blurring their face out once they become, like, recognizable. Like, I think I'll post, like, a picture of them as a baby and be like, look at my baby. Everyone look at my baby. And then beyond that, no, y'all are never seeing that motherfucker again. Never. Because once they start becoming recognizable, you're intertwining them with your social media presence. And obviously my social media presence isn't something I want to endow on my child. I don't want my child to go to school, and not saying that, like, my videos are gonna, like, last so long and be, like, so significant. They'd be like, is your dad the Zoom hacker? Like, that shit's not happening. Like, as much as we all love the Zoom hacking videos, they weren't that good. But like, regardless, it's still a risk. Like, I don't want anything that I do to ever reflect on my child. And I will go to as far lengths as, like, giving my child a different last name or fully, like, hiding their identity. And I mean, I kind of briefly talked about this when we talked about, like, Elon Musk's child, how it's, like, XER. It's, like, a bunch of numbers and letters. I don't know if I'd ever, like, give him, like, a fucking code name online or something. Maybe. But you will never see my ass being a family vlogger. And, you know, like, it kind of sucks because it's like, if I have a family, like, you know, it would be cool in a perfect world to share that part of my life with people and have it just go over so well. But at the same time, like, let's ground ourselves in reality. Not the case. And that's why every relationship I've ever had has been offline, because I don't want it to be soured by the internet. And I do think the internet is getting progressively better and more, like, there's more and more people online with their heads screwed on straight. There still is a lot of psychos, a lot of freaks, but still, at the end of the day, my child will not be online. And I'm going to sound, like, insane, but my kids are not having social media either. They can have Finstas, they can have, like, Snapchats and stuff, but they're not having public social media until they're 18. And I'm going to make sure that, like, you know, what also blows my mind is, like, one of the most, like, desired jobs that kids want nowadays is, like, to be an influencer. Which, like, that was all I wanted growing up. Not an influencer per se, but, like, a YouTuber. It was all I wanted growing up. So, like, if that's ever something that my child wants for themselves, I'm gonna make damn sure they know, like, everything that comes with it, everything that can come with it, and everything that might not come with it at all. Like, you can want it so bad. You can want to be a YouTuber so bad and literally get 5 subscribers your entire career. Like, it's such a brutal game to play. But I played it and I got lucky. It's work, but it's also luck. Like it boils down to so much luck. But that being besides the point, I've been thinking about this so much because I get these random like paternal instincts or like waves of like I want 4 kids right now. Like I want to go into a house and have 4 kids and be a father. Like it hits me sometimes. I'm like, damn, like am I really getting that fucking old? Like I'm 23. Like I don't know what age I would want to have kids at. Like genuinely, my life is such a shit show right now. There's no way I could have kids at least probably for the next 5 years. But at the same time, I don't want to be like literally 80 years old when my child is like 18. Like I don't want to be a fossil. I want to be like there for them as long as I can. So it freaks me out so much. It's like how will I balance like having a social media presence? Like I think I'll literally have to be like done with social media if I ever have kids, because it's just too busy of a lifestyle and too public of a lifestyle to be able to balance with having children. I think I'd have to be like retired or like making videos in like a very limited sense. Like maybe sort of like kind of like how PewDiePie is, how he's like essentially retired. He's like just making videos for fun. Not saying I don't make videos for fun, but like he's just vlogging, and it's not like a heavy amount of editing or anything. Like he's just chilling and posting and living his life. That's maybe when I could like decide to start having kids. But like damn. And it's just so crazy. Like I know people that have had kids just because they know they're gonna get money from posting them online. It's so crazy. It's usually like the real psychos of the internet that do this. That's how we learn. But you know, that's a whole other story. I think I just don't, because listen, when there was like TV shows with kids, movies with kids in them, you know, that's very different because there's strict labor laws saying like how long kids can work for. They have to be in school, all this kind of stuff to make sure these kids aren't exploited. But that doesn't really exist for family channels because you're filming your life. Like it's not like they're going to work, coming back, and then they can like have some degree of separation. It's their whole life that is being uploaded. And some family YouTubers might scale that back a bit. They might not upload everything, but you sure damn see it. And what's also alarming is like, yeah, I don't know how often this happens, but I'm sure, and I've seen this like a little bit, like family channels that are just starting off and like posting content of their kids and hoping that that's going to be the replacement to, say, a job. That is what really freaks me out, because it's one risk to like say quit school or quit your job to focus on YouTube and do YouTube full time. That's one thing. But to fully rely on YouTube for your whole family, especially if you like don't have a job or something, that's fucking terrifying. That is so terrifying to me, that there's like potentially families out there that are they're literally only eating because of the views they're getting on YouTube. Ugh. Like imagine you're like a toddler and you just like come to consciousness and you're like, Daddy, what do you do for a living? And they're like, I record you, little guy. why don't you want to go play with your toys? Daddy will get the camera and then I'll record it and do something really funny. And then we'll get lots of money and we can move out of this van that we're living in. Like somebody needs to make a fucking horror movie about that. That's some real Gypsy Rose shit. I've never seen a Gypsy Rose thing. I actually don't know what that show is about. Anyways, this was a very disjointed episode, but I need to like rant about this. Please leave a comment if you've ever like watched family channels, like unironically, like if you have been entertained by them. I'm so curious. Like, please be as thorough as possible. Like, say like how old you were when you were watching them, like what you gained from them, like what you found entertaining about it. I'm very curious to know like what the appeal is, because obviously I'm not a fucking baby. I'm not a baby. I don't like I'll try and sit through one of these videos and like try and find the nearest sharp object to jam into my brain, killing me immediately. So like I don't understand the appeal, but I really want to know. I want to know like how these channels manage to have billions upon billions upon billions of views. That's about all I got for y'all. So this is like a little bit of a shorter episode, but stay safe. If your mom is recording you and trying to make you do a family channel, become independent and put yourself up for adoption. I love y'all so much. Bet of the week, it's true.